Hi, I'm Drew, a drag queen living in LA with my husband Curtis, my dog JB, and some makeup that's gotta get on this face.
And I'm Grant, and I live in Florida with my wife, my 4 kids, a couple of doggos, and alligator Alcatraz. It's really sad. I don't know why I started the episode that way. But Drew, speaking of things that are sad, I read a letter that we got from Dillsburg.
It was shocking.
It
was shocking.
I really want to say how I feel, but we're not supposed to curse within the first 7 minutes.
No, you can't. And Grant
Dillsburg.
shows me, I blind react / rank some 90's toys. And I inform Grant, Mighty Max is homophobic. That's all I have to say.
Well, it's our birthday month. And so we talked a little bit about, birthday parties from the 90's. And yeah, Drew talks about
But then the homophobia of Mighty Max and creepy crawlers.
I can't
Get
talk
it together.
We can't talk about our childhood without a little bit of homophobia. It would be disingenuous. All right, so enjoy the episode.
Yeah, have fun. Hi, I'm Drew, and I'm Nick.
And I'm Grant, and I'm not. But I'm also in my regular seat, my regular place of business.
Hell yeah, you are, brother.
What are you doing? Why are you where you are?
I think it's sad that kids these days don't have the same traumatic moments that we did.
I think they do.
So I'm going to recreate them. No, not like we had them. So I'm going to be Unabomber for a little bit.
Oh, nice.
And then once I bomb, once I'm da-bombed to everybody, then I'm going to blow up Oklahoma City forever.
Okay, well, that's obviously not making it in the podcast, but okay, Good joke.
JK, everyone, I haven't killed anyone in a terrorist attack, and I have no plans to.
But you don't know what the weekend's
as Justin Bieber said, never say never.
See, again, that's not going to make it either. But it's cool you keep making these jokes. No, but why? What are you doing? This isn't normal. This isn't a normal thing you do. I would say it's unnatural and against the laws of God. What are you doing?
Okay, well, first of all, it's like I'm talking to my parents again. Thank you. I needed that.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Secondly, I have to film IMHO after this.
What's that? What's IMHO?
Exactly. That's the question we're going to answer on today's episode. And
I don't want to talk about it anymore.
I did poor planning, timing-wise, because I was doing other work this morning. So I ran out of time. So in order to do both, women, we can have it all. I'm going to put my makeup on during Twinnuendo so that when Twinnuendo's over, I won't be done because I take forever. But when it's over, then I can finish, and then I do IMHO, and then I edit for 2 days, and then I do it all over again.
So you're going to transform from your unsightly Unabomber look into a sightly, what look? What are you going for? What's the new look? Oh, should I put music under it? Can you go back to making terroristic threats against our country?
You gotta have a gimmick! Why did I go to college? Why did I go to college?
Why did either of us? Let's be honest. Why did either of us?
I gotta be honest. I don't know why. Okay, so camera's up here, brother's right here, but my view of my camera's right there. And then my view of myself is right here. So what I've done is I've created a paradox. You're welcome.
And you said, why did I go to college? That's why. You wouldn't have gotten that otherwise. I think, honestly, Drew, if we can I be real a second?
I wish you could.
Can I just break it down? Can we just rap?
I honestly wish you could, brother.
Can we just rap? I think that the evangelical home we grew up in, I think that every step of our life was put in front of us. Like, go do this. You're 13, wear this band on your hand that says you won't touch other genitals. And you know what? You've kept that promise. That's cool of you.
I'll never get caught coming in a lady. Never get caught coming in a lady.
You think anyone's going to take these little songs of yours and put them together in an album one day?
Okay, Mr. Tampon did a remix of like me talking about.
Hang on, don't say Mr. Tampon like it's normal and I know what that is. Who is Mr. Tampon?
I don't know. It's this guy on YouTube who took this thing I say on IMHO a lot about how I hate the verses on Drag Race. When they have to write a verse, they're always like, I'm the drag queen and I'm gonna take the crown and I have the crown and get out of my way, bitches, I'm gonna wear the crown. Anyway, he made like a song out of it called The Crown featuring Alexis, and it is so good.
Oh my God. It's real.
Yeah. So if anyone wants to do that with all my little songs, or Mr. Tampon, if you need to soak up some more blood, now's the time, baby. I'm shooting
Hey,
blood, baby.
can you see this?
Yes, I can.
Can we watch it together?
Yeah. And just as a human, I always love when people incorporate their names into their songs. I would never, but
I can see why you like this. It's a lot of you.
thank you.
Was this a complete surprise to you and Alexis?
Yes, and it was the most exciting thing that happened to me this year. Hands down. Listen, I'm gonna take the crown. This is my name, and better watch out. And
I actually am really enjoying it. I was gonna shit all over it, but
no, you can't. Grant, it's surprisingly good, and it takes some turns. There's a story element there that honestly is missing from today's pop music.
I don't think I've ever taken Molly before, but I feel like this is what it feels like.
Grant, can I tell you this right here, right now? You would love Molly, but it destroys you for days after.
In what way?
What's the happy serotonin?
Yeah, serotonin happy.
So when you take Molly, all your serotonin releases at once. And that's why it's the happiest feeling you've ever had.
Oh.
But then the next day you wake up and guess what?
You don't have no serotonin.
Your serotonin's gone, baby. So for depending on who you are, you could have 2 kind of tough days, or you could have the worst week of your life.
So I'm imagining you had the worst week of your life.
I've never done it.
Okay. Mom and Dad don't watch this.
I've done it a lot, but not in a long time. That was my younger days where I didn't care for myself.
Like 39, 38, 39.
Yeah, listen, I've had good ones, I've had bad ones, and ultimately, the most exciting part to come out of my experimentation was learning that I'm too much without drugs. Me on Molly, I am so annoying.
Yeah.
If anything happened to me while I was doing Molly, if someone had to take my life, I honestly get it.
Yeah.
And I want that on film. Okay, camera. Judge, if I was on Molly when it happened,
I'm going to cut this out.
Let them go.
I'm cutting this out.
Let them go.
With your threats.
Let them go.
Prosecute. Drew, can I tell you, can we just be honest? Hey, audience, can I be real a second?
Can we?
Can we just rap a little bit?
Can we?
Honestly, Drew, my entire life, and I think yours too.
Wow. Okay.
I have constantly worried that I'm annoying people.
You are.
No, I think I am. I think you are. You're annoying me right now. And it's always been a worry of mine. I think that's the double-edged sword of the entertainer, right? Like sometimes people are like, I like that. And then other times they're responding how everyone's responding to what you're doing right now. I can't even see them, but I know they are. Hey, Drew, speaking of annoying, I got a letter this week, an unofficial
letter.
I know, unofficial letterhead. And can I just tell you what really piqued my curiosity is that the return address lists Dillsburg, Pennsylvania.
No. Is it the mayor? Did the mayor reach out?
Do you really think that Dillsburg has a mayor?
Yeah, it's a dog. You know it is.
It's just a dog, and it's not even.
It's
not even a trained dog. He just wandered into the office, and Dillsburg was like, "This is our mayor, I guess." And the old mayor was like, "What do I do?" And they're like, "Take care of the new mayor. Protect him.
Take care of the new mayor." Obviously,
idiot. This comes from, his name is Sean, and I wouldn't normally say the last name, but you'll know why I'm saying his last name in a minute.
Okay.
Manges, Manges, M-A-N-G-E-S. Manges?
That sounds like manges, like mange, that disease dogs get and they lose their hair.
Dillsburg. The context clues were all there and I ignored it. Let me read you this letter. Dear Grant, that's me. I am writing to you today on my very official letterhead to express my concerns. It is official looking. It's really official looking. To express my concerns regarding your constant hostile attacks on the community of Dillsburg, Pennsylvania. Now, I cannot dispute any of your claims about how silly my town's name is. That would be in bad faith, and I know how much you love your faith. It's a low blow, Sean.
Fuck.
I know.
You got
I know.
fucked.
I know. Fuck Dillsburg. Now, let's get down to business, shall we? I don't like that tone either. I'm currently...
Let's get down to business.
Defeat. I'm currently running for the local office here in dear old Dillsburg, and your words and actions against this town have prompted me to make my first campaign promise. So you understand why I outed his name there.
Yeah, because he's running for mayor.
And he's using us to make a campaign promise. Like he's trying to...
We're his abortion.
We're his abortion.
Oh, no.
Mom and Dad might vote for him. Here's
Don't
his
you
first
sometimes
campaign
kind of
promise.
wish that we were our parents' abortion?
No, I mean, one of us. I wish one of us. Should the good residents of Dillsburg, my little dillies, as I like to call them, elect me?
He said that or you said that?
He said it. My little dillies. You know what's
Okay, don't vote for him.
You know what's difficult about that is there's a part of me that loves that. Dillies.
Yeah, of course you
It's
do.
really funny.
Yeah.
My little dillies. But also, fuck you, dillies. If they elect me on day one in office, I will sign an executive order hereby formally banning Grant and Drew from ever setting foot in our borders in perpetuity. I do like that he listed my name first. That's nice.
Okay, I got to be honest, Grant. We cannot elect him because I want to go there.
Here's what he says.
Oh,
Are you scared, Grant? No.
I am.
Do you tremble imagining a life where you cannot enter Dillsburg? Consider yourself put on notice. Your brother in Christ, Sean T. Manges. Can I say Manges? It doesn't fucking matter. Can I say that?
Did you Google him?
I did Google him, and you know what's hilarious? I typed in his full name, and then I typed in Dillsburg, PA, and Google...
It was obituary. He's a ghost.
Google auto-completed obituary. I typed in Dillsburg, PA, and then it said obituary. But this little bitch is alive. Whoa. He's still alive. He's like 28. He's just a little baby.
28?
Yeah.
A little Dillsburg fetus?
It's a little Dill's weed.
He needs to be pickled.
Dillsburg Dill's weed is what I say. He said some nice things in the postscript, but who fucking cares? Keep those yourself, Sean. I don't need your niceties. So what's cool, Drew, is I thought...
Wait, did he say something nice about me?
Let me read it. No. Who's going to keep us out, Sean? Who's going to keep us out? I imagine...
Yeah, who in Dillsburg is
people?
strong enough to keep out adult twins?
Exactly.
You ever tried to take on adult twins?
Have you? Because you can't do it. Also...
It's disturbing.
If your mayor's a dog, who's your law enforcement officer?
Your mom?
Your mom, the cat?
Oh, my God.
I don't know.
Oh,
I'll think of something better to say in post.
Is Dilbert MAGA? Dilbert's MAGA, right?
Dillsburg?
Dilbert.
Yeah, he's super MAGA.
Well, he loves office life, so you can't love office life. It explains why
the last time I visited, you had all those signed copies of his books. You were like, "Now's the time to buy them. They're so cheap."
Do you remember my childhood dalliance with Dilbert?
Oh, absolutely. It was quite disturbing.
Yes, I agree. I thought office life looks incredible. And I didn't understand half of it.
Right.
And then when I liked how cute he was. And I liked that I could see adults living their lives. I thought that seemed very chic. But then when the WB made it into a cartoon series, I felt obligated. Like I felt, if you're a fan, you have to watch this, even though
it sucked.
You're not actually a fan, babe, because you don't understand. Well, I didn't understand any of the jokes. I didn't get any of the why is it funny that the copy machine's broken? I mean, obviously now I understand. And
you understand that it's still not a joke. Like they're not funny. Fuck Dilbert.
Well, I don't think it's supposed to laugh out loud funny, but it is kind of funny where you're like, oh.
Can I tell you that when there was a moment when I started to understand the Far Side comics, and I thought, oh, I'm maturing. I'm becoming an adult.
I think that's a real thing. And
I thought it was like the equivalent of a New Yorker comic. Like I was like, I'm sophisticated.
I remember being in high school and watching, the old Disney movies we used to watch all the time and being like, adult humor. I caught that one.
Yeah.
I caught that one.
I wanted to just put a little period on this whole thing. So, hey, Sean, thank you so much for your letter. Now, I want you to say hello to the trash can. Did you see I ripped it in half?
Oh, fuck.
Oh, look. Now I have twin letters from you, Sean. Fuck. Twin letters. Let's make them.
Wait, send me the other half. No, I want it.
Oh, okay.
You can do whatever you want to your half.
Oh, well, then we could hide it National Treasure style around the city and of Dillsburg. We'll bring these to Dillsburg.
You're King you're King David or King Salmon or whatever.
Yep, King Salmon.
And you just ripped the baby in half.
That's how the story went. Salmon.
Turns out neither of us are the mom.
God, are there chemicals in those chemicals? Okay, so...
Yes, there is!
I know this seems a little premature, but I've heard you have that problem.
I don't, actually. I can come whenever I want.
What do you mean?
I can come fast or I can come slow.
Is that real?
Mm-hmm.
Cool.
I can be ground, I can be blue, I can violet sky.
I can come quick, I can come late, I can come whenever.
But I can only come laying down.
Is that real also?
Yeah.
But Drew, I've seen you.
To be fair, I've never tried it any other way.
Okay, I was gonna say I've seen you. You used to brag about coming out of windows. How did you do that?
Okay, so I have to be laying down, but the thing I'm laying on doesn't have to be flat.
Okay, so just as long as you're resting back.
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
mm-hmm.
All right. Well, that explains your hospital bed. So, Drew, I know that this may seem a little premature, but it is our birthday month, and I think people I think people should know this. It is our birthday month. I thought what could be interesting. I kind of want to talk about some of our birthday memories, some of our birthdays growing up.
Oh no!
Kind of want to talk about our 90's birthday parties that we used to have.
Yeah,
I have a fun game I want to play with you. I want to get your thoughts on, and we'll just talk about it. So for all of you born, and if you're an elder millennial, maybe some of this will make sense to you. If you're not, fucking get to Googling. I also think that this will lend itself to us talking about
JonBenet Ramsey.
JonBenet Ramsey. What our upbringing was like with evangelicalism, and also I'm really curious to see what a young queer kid's take on celebrating his young queer life was like.
It's spoiler. It's not good.
Okay, great. Well, Drew, I was thinking about my kids' birthday parties, and they're a big deal to us. They always have been, and we do these big themes. And they go all out, and I feel like they get on Etsy. Everybody gets on Etsy and buys custom decorations and whatever. And we didn't do that. Ours was always just whatever you bought from Kmart, and we get a sheet cake.
Whatever was available at the time.
So, Drew, when you think about locations, when you think about where we had birthday parties as a kid, there's one that reigns supreme in the 90's.
And it's full of poo-poo.
You want to say it on 3? 1, 2, 3. McDonald's
Play Place.
McDonald's Play Place. That was the king of all places to have our have our birthday parties. And I don't know why McDonald's didn't start selling alcohol. Think about it, they would have killed in the Play Place.
Well, Taco Bell does Taco Bell Cantina, and where you can sell alcohol. So maybe McDonald's should do McDonald's Play Place adult juice boxes.
I don't think they...
For when your kids are fucked.
Do they even have Play Places anymore?
Yeah, I think so.
Oh.
Yeah, Grant. Okay,
Tetanus.
So after 2020...
Okay.
We were like, no more Play Places, no more buffets. And then 2021 hit, and we were like, what if we did those again?
That's enough of that. Let's get back to these.
Let's get back to before.
What was your favorite gift that you ever received? And I know that some of those may blend into Christmas. They do in my mind a little bit. But when you think about a birthday gift, do you recall a birthday gift that really meant something to you?
You want me to remember a present I received 30 years ago?
Yeah.
Okay.
You don't have any? You don't have any that pop in your head?
Well, yeah. God's Property album from our 13th birthday is something that truly changed the way I viewed how music is available to me.
What do you mean by that? Wait, what do you mean by that?
Because it was the first Christian album that went mainstream.
False.
I think
Jars of Clay.
For us.
DC Talk.
For us. Well, not really though. DC Talk did not go as mainstream as God's Property. You can't say that.
I don't know, dude.
But I remember thinking okay, so pop music, this seems possible. There's more music available to us. And I do think, and I don't know if it was just because we were turning 13 and they were tired of dealing with us, or if God's Property helped. But from then on, I remember listening to a lot more secular music.
I think
it wasn't until we were in high school, but I eventually was allowed to listen, and God's Property felt like a good mix.
I can't remember a single word of the songs, but I can do the I can
Stone. Stomp.
Stomp.
There you go. There you go.
Yeah, I don't.
Okay, I don't like the country accent you're putting on.
I don't remember. Well, that's where we're from. I don't remember any of the words, but yes, I remember that album being really important. I think that our foray into secular music was because we stopped self-policing around music. I remember being a little Southern Baptist kid. I was so afraid of MTV and of all this terrible music, and like we burned this music at the campouts and at the bonfire, the Christian bonfires.
At the foot of the cross.
At the foot of the cross. So I was legitimately like, I can't put this in my brain because it'll get a hold of my heart and take it from the Lord. And maybe it did.
I remember, like, the story, and I know we've told it on this show before, but when our parents went somewhere, so we all watched the MTV Movie Awards or Video Music Awards or something, and we had to make sure that, like, we didn't leave the return, what's it called? The return button on MTV.
Sure.
So we had to change the channel and then change it again. And then someone, I think we ended up blaming Amanda, but it was probably one of us.
It was probably Amanda. She's not on the show. It's Amanda.
The second part. And so we got caught watching it. But I got to be honest, like, even as we were watching it, I remember a level of stress being involved.
Yeah, it's
like,
true.
It was, I don't know that I, like, truly enjoyed it because I didn't know who these artists were. I barely saw movies that weren't kids movies until I was like 28. Like I don't remember it being like a positive experience.
Yeah, it was really, really stressful. I remember
it was so stressful.
I remember watching Celebrity Deathmatch, and it was the same thing. Like I was ready to change the channel the second my parents darkened the doorway. Well, Drew, God's Property is a great gift. I had two. One was I had a Ninja Turtle that transformed, which they've recently re-released, and I wanted to buy them for my children.
Ooh.
And the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers figure where the heads flipped, the quick morph.
Yes.
That was my favorite, which also they've re-released, and you can buy again for an affordable price.
I know, you bought me one. You bought me the blue one because you were trying to call me a faggot without saying it.
Oh, I'll say it, just not on the air. I also think about the gifts that I couldn't get because we were good Southern Baptists. Do you remember?
Oh, yeah.
You remember one year on our birthday, this really old sweet lady at our church gave us Simpsons activity books.
Yep.
Do you remember that?
Yeah.
And Mom and Dad, we were like pumped, and Mom and Dad were like really kind to her, like, "Oh, thank you." And the minute she walked away, they were like, "Give me those."
They took them.
Because Southern Baptists didn't like The Simpsons because they disrespected the parents. They made Homer look stupid, and they disrespected the parents. And I was
they went to church.
They did go to church. But that was the thing, I was like, there's so many like messages of secular humanism, but that's not registering. It's, they're disrespectful to their parents. I don't like that. I don't like that at all.
Yeah.
X-Men was another one we weren't allowed to enjoy because the X stood for evolution, and so they thought it was teaching us evolution. So obviously I
forgot about that.
Well, there is no God because there is a man whose bones come out of his hands when he gets really mad. So obviously there is no God. And then, Drew, our parents didn't enforce this one, but I was recently reminded that this was a real thing. You remember Southern Baptists hated troll dolls?
No, we love trolls.
It's something to do with they're part of mythology, Norse mythology, and they were naked, and they had like jewels on their body.
They had a jewel instead of a belly button. They didn't have dicks or vaginas. Like, calm down.
But imagine them rubbing those jewels together.
I'm glad our parents didn't invite us on that because we were big troll doll kids.
I love troll dolls.
Remember, we had dads. Our dad had a giant... So our dad was a hoarder of furniture more than anything.
Yeah.
And we had his giant drawing table that he got in the 60s. Mm-hmm. And so he had to store it somewhere. So at some point it ended up in our room and it became like the troll doll table.
Yeah. Our troll doll table. Like, everyone's got one.
We kept so many troll dolls. So I'm glad, you know what, Mom and Dad, I'm glad you missed that one. Thank you.
I would love to show you. Yes. You start. And I've come. Thank you. What I want to do is I have pulled up 10
things I hate about you.
Dude, too soon. Heath Ledger.
I know.
I pulled up 10 90s toys that were really popular. And
ooh, I love that.
okay, but I'm going to give them to you in random order. I'm actually going to show them to you. And you have to tell me, scale of 1 to 10, you have to put them in the order that you would want them. But you're not going to see the next one. You're not going to know what the next one is.
So blind ranking. I have TikTok. Blind ranking.
I was wondering how I was going to explain this to you. Okay, blind ranking.
It's called blind ranking.
Yeah,
Grant.
Drew, I know things. Okay, I know things. I didn't know if you knew things.
Are you going to keep track?
Yeah.
Because you need to keep track on the screen.
Drew?
That's how they do it on TikTok.
Oh my God, you're bossing around future editor Grant right now. This is insane.
Well, I have some notes for future editor Grant. I was going to say
why
them
don't you
till the
shut
end.
up anyway? All right, what would you give this?
They make them again.
What is it?
I
For
saw
our audio listeners,
It's a skip it.
It's a
skip it. Skip it.
God's property. Stomp.
They're not like hard anymore. I mean, they're sort of hard. They were.
You
listen,
mean like
they were
a
poorly
40-year-old man?
designed.
They're sort of hard.
But they're like.
It's not like it used to
that's
be,
true.
but it gets there.
Well, that's why you got to be a bottom, Grant, because then you don't have to stay hard the whole time.
I'll talk to Angela about
Anyway,
that. We'll figure that out.
Skip it. Amanda had a skip it.
Yeah, she did a pink one. You said
A pink one.
crank the shit out of our ankles.
It hurts so much.
So fucking
but
bad.
How much fun. And then God forbid you get hit by the actual giant ball at the end, because that was just a ball of lead.
It was lead and asbestos. So Drew, what is it? 1 through 10? You gotta put on your list.
Well, they have it now, and I have considered, because I have very small ankles. I would say that's a solid 5. That's a solid 5. I would really enjoy it.
Okay, solid 5. Here's your next item.
Polly Pocket. Oh my God, 2.
Polly
2.
Pocket. Hang on. Wait, I have another. The same category. Or you got Mighty Max.
Mighty Max. Yeah. Mighty Max is a 10.
Oh,
Listen,
shit.
I wanted Polly Pocket.
At the very bottom.
I wasn't allowed Polly Pocket.
I was going to ask.
So I had Mighty Max. So Mighty Max, you can get fucked. Give me Polly Pocket. And I'm only putting her at number 2 because I know there's going to be something else that makes me so horny.
Okay.
But Polly Pocket's number 2.
Okay.
Mighty Max can eat my asshole.
Wait. You like that? I don't understand.
Oh, but like it's on a day where he shouldn't. You know what I mean?
Okay. Yeah. Like a Toyota-thon. As a gay kid, what were the things that you were kept away from that you wanted? Polly Pocket was one of them. What are some other things that you're like,
girly.
Oh my God, I want this?
Anything girly. I feel like Alexis and I have this conversation all the time. She was a go-getter. So Alexis, she would save up her allowance money. She would walk to a store and secretly buy Barbies and then hide them in her room so she could have Barbies.
That's excellent.
But I mean, I think we've said this before, but it was the first time I think I realized that I know I'm not supposed to want this, but I really do want this. And let me understand what the big deal is.
Mm-hmm.
I couldn't figure it out, was Esmeralda and the Hunchback of Notre Dame.
Oh, the hooer.
I felt like I was old enough to know at that point that it's not appropriate because she's girl and I can't be girly. But
you showed us.
Still young enough.
You showed all of us.
I did. But I was still young enough that I didn't fully understand it. Oh, hi. Curtis just got a haircut. It scared the shit out of me. Not his haircut, just he appeared in the door.
Yeah, okay.
But yeah, Esmeralda. She was the first I remember pushing heavily back on her mom. I remember the night before we left for Destin, she took us to Walmart and we could get our journals.
I remember
we always got journals.
So we could draw in the car and I could draw
the car
boobies.
Ride was 10 hours long and we couldn't watch TV. I picked up the Esmeralda one and she said no. I just remember being so I don't think I was mad. I think I was just confused. I just don't get what the big deal is. And so I found one that had Esmeralda, the goat, and then a boy. I don't remember which boy. And she let me have that one.
Why?
Because there was a boy on it.
You were such a clever child. Why didn't you, when you showed her Esmeralda and she's like, no, and you're like, look at her sweet cans. Look at the titties on this one. And she'd have been like,
That's the thing. I said, Mom, if anything, you're making me gayer by forcing me to buy boy stuff.
Right.
You want me to look at this boy on this journal?
Solid point.
I don't think so.
Mom, I am jerking off all the time. What do you want to put in front of me?
You want to put Esmeralda? Or do you want to put Quasimodo? Well, I don't know. Quasimodo worked for me, too.
Yeah, Quasimodo can get it. You see this next one?
Mm-hmm. Moon boots!
Moon shoes.
Oh,
Moon
wow.
We never had these.
No, we didn't.
How would you describe these
they were Nickelodeon.
to a listener?
They were Nickelodeon. They're like Crocs, but instead of just the bottom, it's like a trampoline.
Okay, that's a terrible description, but yeah, that's kind of
That's what you asked. You said, how would you do it?
That's kind of...
You didn't say do it well.
Oh, that's true. You did it poorly. Yeah, those are called moon shoes, and I always wanted them. I never tried them. I didn't know anyone who had them, and I wanted them so bad. So, Drew, where does it go on your list?
With our back.
As children?
No, you said re-release that you could have today. Like, what do I want to have today?
Sure. Yeah. However you want to do it. I don't care. Yes.
That's how I'm doing it.
Okay, perfect.
I think it's a brilliant invention, but I do worry about my back. So, but I would love to experience it. I'm going to say 8.
Wow. That's low. Okay. Moon shoes are an 8.
Sorry.
I mean, you don't want to walk on the moon. It's not like we ever did. Am I right, Stanley Kubrick? Drew, what about this one?
GAC?
Nickelodeon GAC, baby.
Oh, hell yeah, brother.
GAC is just slime. It's just slime.
It's just slime, but it has little things in it. I remember...
herpes.
Dad took me out of school, I think, to go to the dentist. It was so close to the end of the school day, he didn't take me back. Mm-hmm. And instead, he took me to Target, and I got lime green GAC with the little green dots in it. And when I got home, I was so excited that I was the only person in the house that had GAC. And I knew when you got home, you would see me with it and you'd be upset. Mm-hmm. And that brought me so much joy.
Yeah.
I don't remember what your reaction was, but I do remember hoping it was bad.
So that sounds exactly like you. And also, I want you to know that is how all of my children operate. They're only interested in the things that will most upset their siblings. Yeah. They're assholes. They're all assholes.
No. They love strong emotion.
Okay, so where does GAC go? You've got 1, 3, 4, 6, 7, 9, 10.
Oh, I don't want that shit. Put that
10?
Put that at 10. I don't want that shit. I don't want it touching me. I don't want to smell it.
I can smell it right now.
I only liked it because it upset my brother.
Ultimately, when I was still a pastor, is that why you married Curtis? You were just like, what will upset my brother the most? Gay marriage. That'll do it.
If you had given up on the church long ago, I would be married to a woman.
All right, Drew, what about this one? We've already mentioned it once, but what you gonna do with these troll dolls, baby? What you gonna do with these troll dolls?
I love a troll. Let's put her at 4. Ooh. She brings a lot of happiness, and she's really good for someone our age who doesn't play with the toys but wants to display the toys.
All right, Drew, do you know what these are?
Pogs
and slammers. There's a row of slammers at the top. Drew, would you like to explain to the world what pogs and slammers are for our younger listeners who probably have already turned this off?
Pogs are circles that are like twice the size of a quarter. Mm-hmm. I would say $50, but they don't know what they are.
No, they're made of cardboard.
They're just cardboard, and they just have random designs on them. And we used to either trade them with friends, or you have a slammer, and what you do is you'd stack them together. You'd stack the ones that you're playing for, and then you'd have to slam your like plastic, what basically was like an acrylic version of the Pog.
Yeah, if you're poor, they made metal ones. They made like crazy ones.
I know, but
yeah.
I had a yin yang in the middle of some resin, and I got to tell you, it upset Mom, and that brought me joy, so I kept it.
Can I tell you the one that I got from a friend that Mom wouldn't let me keep? Same thing. It was in resin, and it was O.J. Simpson's mugshot, and it said the juice is loose.
Okay,
and
well,
Mom
you know
was
what?
not
Mom
okay.
had a point.
She was not okay with me walking around as a child with an O.J. Simpson slammer. And I mean, the picture of a guy in a slammer, I mean, come on.
It's pretty incredible.
It's pretty incredible.
Well, I have had Pogs recently because there was a point in time where Alexis was talking about Pogs so much that, like, it kind of became this... Okay, I'm going to be honest with you. I don't know if it became a thing that other people knew her for because she talked about it so much.
Right.
Or she talked about it so much in hopes that people would start to associate her with Pogs. But either way...
So she got a brand sponsorship with Pogs.
Yeah.
She's their only sponsor.
Instead of like business cards, she made Pog card. So it was like a cardboard sheet, like a little cardboard sheet that had her face on Pogs, and that was her business card. Isn't that kind of fun?
I love it. I would love to give out
me
Pogs
too.
to people. All right, well, that's a new thing we're going to have to do for a live show, is we'll bring Pogs, Twinnuendo branded Pogs.
Let's do a 6. Let's do a solid 6.
Wow. Okay. Pogs and slammers. Okay, Drew, this next one, it's a low res image. Do you know what it is?
Oh, creepy crawlers. Creepy crawlers.
Creepy crawlers oven. So this is a kind of like a easy bake, but it had...
Instead of making cakes and pies, you made creepy crawlers.
So you made spiders, you made lizards, you made, worms or whatever. So creepy crawlers oven. Did you ever see one? Did you have a friend who had a creepy crawlers oven?
Did we not have one?
We may have. It looks very
I think we
familiar.
did. I'm 95% sure we did.
Wow. I went from I don't know to 95%. Okay. So creepy crawlers oven, Drew, is at 1379.
Can I be honest with you?
Uh-huh.
It's another Mighty Max for me. That's a 9. Just give me the Easy Bake Oven, you bitch.
You're putting it above the GAC. Do you think that you got...
Because I don't want to touch GAC ever again.
Do you think you got creepy crawlers because you couldn't get an Easy Bake Oven?
Yes.
Oh, it's homophobia.
Yeah, dude. Welcome to my child. Have you listened to this podcast?
I really don't. I've got a lot to listen to. I'm trying to catch up on, there's this new show. Well, it's new to me. It's Mark Maron, I think is his name. Okay, so Drew, this...
You're so funny. I don't know how you do it.
This next one.
Oh my God. A koosh ball? Fuck. That's high. That's
Koosh
high.
balls were the thing that I don't remember anyone ever buying.
Rosie O'Donnell.
You just had them.
Rosie O'Donnell.
You just had them everywhere.
You had them.
You just had koosh
because
balls.
they were stocking stuffers when they were popular.
Okay.
They would be put in our stockings because they were small.
Okay.
And Rosie O'Donnell shot them all the time, and that
she had her own
made
launcher. They made her
superstar.
own launcher over it, which is pretty cool. Okay, so Drew, koosh ball. Where's it going to go? 1, 3, or 7?
So that means I only have, including this, 3 items left. Ooh, Grant. Okay, I'm gonna put it at 3. Oh.
Okay. I love it. I really hope the next ones are very big disappointments to you. Can I tell you, the first koosh ball we had in our home ever was one that I stole from our cousin Brad.
Well, they had everything.
We went to my aunt and uncle's house, and my cousin Brad had a big old like a.
Your uncle, who was the captain of police.
Yes, he was a police captain.
You stole from his house.
Yeah, well, he'd never suspect it. He never saw it coming. Because anytime there would be suspicion, I'd be like, "Do you see how gay Drew's acting?" And they'd be like, "What?" So
yeah, they'd have to shoot me.
So they shot at you, but you had those light feet. You never.
Yep. Try and get me, baby. I skipped.
Me, baby.
They didn't know what the fuck that was.
Yeah, I just took it. I remember we were playing with it all day, and I was like, well, fuck this. I want it. And I put it in my pocket, and I thought, well, that's what you go to hell for. Like, I was like, I'll be in hell now. And I remember feeling so guilty.
Did you?
Oh.
Yep.
Oh, I was like, well, I'm going to go to hell. And it was one of those things where I wanted to throw it away, but
because you were so stressed about it.
But I felt like I couldn't. I felt like that was bad because in my mind I was like, I'm going to give it back. I wasn't going to give it back, but I was like, I'm going to give it back. But then I felt like I could never play with it because it wasn't mine. I shouldn't have it. And so my evangelical guilt left that koosh ball unkooshed for a long time. I didn't koosh for years, Drew. Do you know what it's like for a teenage boy to have all this built up energy and not be able to koosh? I couldn't koosh anywhere.
Can I tell you one of my biggest life regrets? Knowing that I was going to be in the room as Rosie O'Donnell received a Lifetime Achievement Award, and I did not shoot a koosh at her. I would have loved if while she was tearfully accepting the award, she suddenly gets hit with a koosh. This is your legacy, bitch. Don't forget where you came from, koosh.
What is public opinion on Rosie O'Donnell nowadays?
I think we're proud of her. I think
she was really successful for a long period of time.
Yeah, I think, well, she said multiple times, and I think she actually said it in her acceptance speech, that, like, she's older and she's still learning about the new queer movement and stuff like that. So I think she's just kind of like boomer. She's, like, progressive, but she's still kind of boomer.
Oh,
you know?
Okay. So she's Facebook's.
She's Facebook's, but, like, we're fans. I'm a fan. Yeah.
Okay, you've got 2 left, and you have the 1 spot and the 7 spot.
Fuck.
Are you ready?
No.
Okay, check this one out.
Okay.
Street sharks.
Let me
Street
be so
sharks,
for real
baby. Street sharks.
Right in the pussy. I was so attracted to these toys.
What?
I was so turned on by these toys. Yes.
These shark toys? These shark, half man?
Blue and white
Mostly
shark can wreck this pussy. That is the most muscular man with a shark face. It depends on what he does to it.
Most of his abdomen is mouth as well, by the way. But okay.
And isn't that what we're looking for, fellas?
So I never had these toys.
Mouth.
You did. These are your toys.
Yeah. I had the blue one and I had the gray one.
Wow.
I was so horny for them. Yeah, I loved them.
That is crazy.
Loved them.
They look monstrous. Like there's nothing about. I'm trying to imagine if there was a female version of this for little teenage Grant. Like, would I be horny for a shark head with big old titties? I would.
First of all, yes.
Can I just tell you,
and
imagining
secondly,
it right now, I need a minute.
We should do that. We should do that TikTok challenge where it's the Hear Me Out challenge, where you get a cake and then two of you you make little like skewers. You get skewers and then you tape pictures of your Hear Me Out people. And they're usually like, now hear me out. And they're like a cartoon character.
Oh, it's
like,
somebody they would fuck. I
always wanted to fuck him. But they're cartoons or toys, like it's something really random.
Okay.
Like a surf shark. What's his name? Sharknado? What's his name?
Oh, okay. Let me go do some deep research.
Street shark. No, street shark. Sorry.
Street shark.
Yeah, like a street shark is a hear me out for sure.
The guy you liked is Ripster.
Yeah, that makes sense.
I just called him Guy. The shark you liked is Ripster.
See? Even you can't deny that there's something so masculine and human about him.
The other one you had was named Jab.
Yeah,
so
Jab didn't do much for me.
All right, Drew, so 1 or 7? Where's Street Sharks going?
Listen, before I had the ability to put stuff in my butt freely, I was very into it. But now, I think those teeth and those huge arms would really fuck up my butt. So I'm going to put them at a 7. Which means
whatever's
blind
next
react. Whatever's
is your number 1.
Oh, no.
There it is. There's your number 1.
Yes! I love Bop It.
You got to Bop It. You got the original Bop It, Drew. Congratulations.
I'm so good at Bop It. I prefer a Bop It Extreme, but I'm so good at Bop It.
Not from the 90s. That's what you have. You have a Twist It, a Bop It, and a Pull It, baby.
You know what? I'm happy with that. I'm very happy with that because we didn't have a full-grown Bop It. We had do you remember we had a keychain that was a miniature version of it?
You know why?
And that was just, no.
Mom and Dad knew exactly what you were going to do with this. And they're like, give him the little one. Give him the little one.
I was going to twist it and flick it.
Yeah, they're like, he's going to pull it. And he's going to bop it into his butt. Yeah. He's going to bop it with his butt.
But then we did, when we were in high school, we did get a Bop It Extreme. And that was our first, full-size Bop It.
I remember for days, we wouldn't go outside. We didn't turn the TV on. We took the phone off the hook, and we just bopped it as a family. So, Drew, thank you for playing. So, would you like to know your final results?
Yeah.
All right, so your final order. Number 10, you take some GAC. I really don't want it.
Yeah.
Number 9, Creepy Crawler's Oven. Number 8, Moon Shoes.
Yeah.
Number 7, Street Sharks.
Hot, but I can't right now.
Number 6, Pogs and Slammers.
Yeah, I feel good about that.
Number 5, Skip It.
Solid.
Number 4,
Solid
Troll
5.
Doll.
Yeah.
Number 3,
yeah,
Get Your Koosh On. Get some koosh balls.
Hell yeah.
Number 2, Polly Pocket.
Yes.
And number 1, Bop It.
Grant, I have to say,
you feel pretty good?
Yeah. Even if it weren't blind, I think it'd be pretty similar.
Wow. What would you have changed?
I might have put Polly Pocket first.
Yeah, that was a really weird choice on your part. Have you got any of the new collectible Polly Pockets? They do The Office and they have all the do a bunch of stuff like that. Okay. Well,
I just haven't found one that I wanted because they're they've done The Office, they've done Friends. I don't want that shit.
Yeah.
If they did a 30 Rock Polly Pocket, I'd be all up in that shit.
One of the things I will say about birthdays growing up as an evangelical is I felt like it was one of the only times where you could leave God out of it. Like, we didn't Christianize our birthdays. Everything else was Christianized, right? Like Halloween, I wanted to be like a warrior. And so my dad made me armor that was the armor of God. And so it was a breastplate of righteousness, and it was the sword of the Spirit.
Okay, but that's pretty fun.
And it was the helmet of salvation. Yeah, it was pretty cunt, I would say. Did I use that right? Drew, did I use it right?
You used it well enough.
Yeah. But yeah, it was one of the only things that we didn't Christianize. It wasn't like there was no like
we were
weird
always like
biblical themes.
No.
Yeah.
That's true. That's true. I hadn't thought of that.
I don't know.
I wonder why.
I don't know. I don't know what that deal the deal with that is, because Halloween was Christianized. Obviously, Christmas. I mean, he put his fucking name in it. Jeez. But everything. 4th of July was Christianized.
Our parents only Christianized whatever the church told them to. So, for whatever reason, the church decided birthdays are fine.
Yeah, it's so weird. It's because it really is like a celebration of a person. And that was always like
That's not
no.
Yeah.
We only celebrate one birthday boy, and that's the Jesus boy. And then we killed him for your sins.
Well, we killed him because he wanted to kill you first.
I'd like to get to this question we had emailed in to us. Do you have anything to add about just your as you reminisce over the birthdays over the years?
It took years of renegotiating the theme, the birthday, the idea of a birthday without my twin. And that was difficult because growing up, we were always together on birthdays. And then I didn't want to be because I wanted to be my own person. But you had all the friends.
I had so many friends.
You had so many friends.
And now it's reversed.
I remember when we finally like were away from each other when I transferred schools. It was kind of weird like having my own birthday without you. Not bad weird. Honestly, I kind of miss it.
Wait, do you currently only celebrate your birthday with me? I've never seen you.
I'm saying I miss celebrating my birthday with you.
We should do it this year. How? I don't know. I think that we should plan future live shows around our birthday. And see if anyone will please bring me a gift. Please just bring Drew Gak. He wants Gak so bad. And
don't you dare.
Bring me a Polly Pocket. Actually, bring me a Mighty Max. I need that boy energy. I need that hardcore boy energy.
Yeah, get Grant that little boy. Everybody, Grant, you heard it here first.
I want a little boy for my birthday.
Bring Grant that little boy.
Give me that little boy. Put him in that little box he comes in, and bring that little boy in a box. Thank you for going down this little birthday path. It is our birthday month. And I'm just going to say in the show notes, we both have P.O. boxes, so just throwing that out there. But July 25th is a national holiday. It's the day that Fantastic Four is released, and Happy Gilmore 2 on Netflix is released. And
what?
It is also
they made
our
a second
birthday.
One?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's coming out. It's coming out on our birthday.
But Bob Barker's dead.
They reanimated his corpse. His family was furious. It's gonna pull all the thing together. I showed Happy Gilmore to the kids the other night. They loved it. It holds up. It's so fucking funny, and they loved it. It's appropriate enough. Don't ask questions. Some people call us to give us voicemails, and you should. We love it when you call. And of course, Drew, you know that number is, what's the area code?
212-536-9180.
940 Ask Twin. So 940 Ask Twin, of course, that's what everyone calls to leave a voicemail. But some people live outside of the U.S. and of A, and because of that, they're like, I can't call. I don't have number to call. So
they can't do Google number.
Don't shame them. Okay, they live in a country where their leader is not orange, so they've got a lot over us right now. This is an email. Someone emailed us a question. And I'm going to read it to you now. Are you ready? Okay, enthusiastic. I like it. Greetings, boys. I've been listening since your first episode, mostly because the algorithms know I love anything drag-related. My husband is a twin. I really appreciate you both. Isn't it funny that when people, if anyone talks to me ever, and they know I'm a twin, and they've ever seen a twin in traffic, they tell me about it? Like we get together at the twin gathering.
Yeah, people do that to me all the time. Where they'll be like, I saw twins the other day, and I'm like, no fucking way.
Where? I thought I eliminated all of them. It's like a Highlander thing. I thought I killed all of them. I have a question that I think both of you can weigh in on. For context, we have a toddler, and I have a lot of
Gross.
I have a lot of residual religious trauma. The other day, we were with some people, and my child sneezed. Someone looked at my son and, in the helpful way one addresses a 19-month-old, told him, when someone sneezes, you say, God bless you. I automatically bristled in a way that genuinely surprised me. I don't want my child to seem rude, but I don't want my kid to be conditioned to invoke a Christian God because it's the norm. I never liked this polite convention, but I don't see a way around it. We jokingly have thought about implementing you sneezed, yay, or make sure you wash your hands, or neat, or even hail Satan. Our society seems to conflate morality with religiosity, and now that we have a young human that we are responsible for, it's bothering me. As a gay man who is proud of the ways I've severed myself from my religious upbringing, and as a father, how should I navigate these quagmires? Thanks, E. Drew, do you...
Giggity, giggity.
I mean, we can agree that their options are bad, right? You sneezed, yay. That is a bizarre way to out a kink to a stranger. Also, make sure you wash your hands. Might as well be saying God bless you. That's incredibly judgmental.
Incredibly religious.
It's very religious. Neat is actually pretty good. I do like that one. If I sneeze and someone just went, neat, that would confuse me for days. And if I had just taken Molly, then I would really need that. And
you would love it.
Hail Satan is pretty religious. So, Drew, what would you teach them when someone sneezes? You don't want them to say God bless you, or do you want them to say God bless you? What's your thought here?
Thank you for that question. Mm-hmm. I do say God bless you still, I think. But I've had that same
But it's not the Christian God when you say it.
Yeah, no. I say God bless you, but not that one.
Not that one.
It's a different one. No, actually what I say that I think is really funny, but I admit that it kind of only works for me.
Okay.
Is if someone sneezes, I go, oh, don't do that. That's funny.
Pretty good. That's pretty good.
If someone sneezes, you just tell them to stop.
Mm-hmm.
That's great. That's great. But you do have to have that type of relationship. You do have to establish your humor.
So I think I do the same thing. I say something similar. Like when people sneeze around me, I'll say something like, Crow, stop. Why are you doing that? But I think there's two things going on. One, we funny. Two, we're very non-threatening. So is your toddler a threatening 19-month-old? Because we're not. We're just we're just little boys. We're just silly little boys having a good time. We're just little guys having a good time.
We're little guys.
So if your 19-month-old is in that higher percentile of weight and size, that will not work. That would be scary. But if they're just a little guy, they're just a light little guy, let them tell people to stop.
I think it is extremely, let me not overplay this. It is extremely valid that you don't want to start that tradition for your children. Like, yeah. What's even better about it is that people get so up in arms about the changing of anything. And so they're, saying like, oh, we don't say that. Like our kids, we don't say God bless you. People take it as this like personal attack on culture and family life and whatever. But in reality, don't we say God bless you because like they thought when you sneezed an evil spirit was coming out?
It's like releasing a demon out of you or something. I'm looking that up.
Like LOL. So if you do have to say that in front of your kids, or if someone says that and you're like, oh, we're not saying God bless you, and they're like, what? Why? You could say, because we don't believe in demons.
Historically, it was believed that sneezing could expel the soul or allow evil spirits to enter, and saying God bless you is meant to protect the sneezer. I love that.
So your soul doesn't fall out of your body.
I love that you could meet someone and they'd be like, there's something off about you. You'd be like, God, I sneeze my soul out. I can't fucking find it. I'm just like, I'm empty inside. No one was there to say God bless you, to keep it in my nostrils. And it's gone. I have no idea where it is. I love that idea. I also love the idea of evil spirits waiting till they hear a sneeze. And they're like, let's go, boys.
Then there's a person that goes, God bless you. And they're like,
fuck. Because if there's one thing I know about evil spirits, they follow rules. Yeah, you could say that. You could say, or you could say something like, Why don't you say God bless you? We've got really heavy souls. They're not coming out. Just let them deal with that. Let them. We got stuck souls. Our souls are stuck.
First of all,
don't worry about it.
You don't owe anyone anything
except us.
So
you do owe us.
I say, like, just introduce your kids to the concept, like why people say it and like why you don't. Offer them funny quips if you want. But I would say, yeah, like let your 19-month-old know that some people do things differently than we do. And we don't do God bless. We do you need anything? Ew.
It's still, yeah, you got a little something. You could also, I mean, they're 19 months, and so this will work because 19-month-olds do this all the time, but it would be even better if they did it as an adult. When someone sneezes, collapse.
Yeah.
Just collapse on the ground. Just fall down.
Every time someone sneezes, you fall to the ground.
You just collapse.
Yeah, I like that.
And then no one can ask you about, like, they're just going to check on you. They're going to care about you in that moment. They're not going to try to correct you. And if they're like, well, what happened? You can be like, that's none of your business. It's a medical thing. People can't ask about medical things. It's against the law.
And if they get down on the ground,
sneeze in their mouth. Sneeze right in their mouth.
But if they get down on the ground to like pray over you, then you have to sneeze into their open mouth.
I do think that's another way to go, is teach them to lean into the God bless you even harder and be like, you say God bless you, and then you go put your hands on their head and you pray for them. I've honestly never thought about it. God bless you. I've never thought about it. I don't know.
Really? Ever?
Yeah. I don't care. My kids can say it. I don't care. I normally don't say God. I normally say bless you. Don't you say that?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, I think I say bless you.
I don't know, because it doesn't mean anything in our culture. It's like that doesn't mean anything. It's just like it's a superstitious thing. It's just like it's a polite,
but it is
politeism.
Funny.
Bless you. And then you go, oh, but I saved your soul. Your soul was coming out of your nose. I stopped it.
Your soul literally was coming out of your nose. I don't know if you know that.
And I stopped it. Oh my gosh.
It was actually getting caught on your nose ring.
Can you imagine the danger you would be in if you were like in one of the like gay clubs that you hang out in and you sneeze and no one said bless you? Do you know how many evil spirits? You know how many evil spirits would be in there?
A gay club.
Do you know how many evil spirits would be in there?
What world am I hanging out in a gay bar?
In the world where you stop being polite and you start getting real. The real world.
Well, I'm tired.
E, can I tell you as a fellow parent, there's going to be so many moments where you're thinking, I'm doing the wrong thing. I don't know if I've got it right. And can I just say, as a parent who's raised 4 19-month-olds, and they're a lot older than that now, you can really fuck them up. Like, This is really a crucial time. And if you get this wrong,
if you get it wrong,
you have no fucking idea what's going to happen. And
they won't be president.
Well, they're definitely not going to be, or maybe they will be. And that's a nightmare in and of itself. So I don't know if you're doing a good job. It doesn't sound like you are. You're indecisive, and you're writing into to us a podcast.
Yeah.
So you don't sound like you're being a good parent right now. If you fuck this up, it will fuck them up.
Forever.
Yeah. Have a great day. Thanks so much for writing in. I want to close out our time together by thanking our patrons, all of our patrons. Thank you.
I'm so glad we had
They're going over your face. They're going right over your face. And speaking of patrons, this Saturday, we are watching God's Not Dead 2 with our Olsen tier patrons. So our Olsen tier patrons, we are super pumped to watch Melissa Joan Hart just bring it. You also get to see a hopefully very soon convicted sex offender,
sexual predator,
who is repping the GOD in Michael Tate, DC Talk. Are you down with the DC Talk? You better not be. And that's going to be this Saturday. And so if you're not an Olsen tier patron, you can be. Just upgrade before Saturday to the Olsen tier. If you've never supported us on Patreon, please do. I have so many kids, and they're not taken care of really in any way that they should be. And it's money. It's also, I don't want to. Please support us on Patreon. It's wonderful, and you help us keep doing what we're doing. So,
and I don't see a dime of it.
I don't let him see any of it. He asked for it. He's got this really funny lawyer who's always calling, and I don't know. We have
that's not
we have like a
a
little
friend
fun
or a
back and
comedian.
forth.
That's an
We have like a little
actual
fun back
lawyer,
and
and
forth.
I have to
And he's
pay
like,
him for all of those phone calls.
You need to give your brother. And I'm like, it's you again, Jerry. So he's a pretty funny guy. Anyway,
he's real.
Drew, thank you so much for taking time out of your makeup time to kind of talk to me during this podcast. And
I talk to you.
And what would be great is if this week could everyone look at our PO box, and would you guys send my brother Mighty Max and Gak, please? If you could send him
each of you down.
a Mighty Max, and
I got nothing else
Gak.
going on.
And if you could send him like a Polly Pocket, a screenshot of Polly Pocket in your cart, where it actually would have been cheaper if you just bought him what he wanted, but you didn't do it because you had to get that Mighty Max and you had to send him that Nickelodeon Gak. That would be great. Thank you, everybody. Drew, do you have any final words of wisdom?
If you have a child who really likes Esmeralda, don't ask questions. Just let him get the journal.
All right, everybody. God bless you. Keep your souls in your nostrils. Keep your souls in your nose.
Don't let your soul fly out.
Don't let your soul fly out, bitches. Bitches.